Hello, and welcome to Moonride. I am Dave Johnson, and I'm channeling the Man in the Moon, among others. I want to make a note of something that happened the other day. I had an interview with Lovely Kim from Intuitive View, and I mentioned something, which is that we don't use props, and that might not be the best choice of words. I really meant that because there's a lady out there named Barbara who introduced the two of us, and we were sort of curious and thinking that it was because we work in a particular fashion that is channeling. I just really wanted to mention her, and hopefully she's watching right now. Also, I want to mention, it makes absolutely no difference how you do this work. I've began my work really with tarot cards, and what do you know, my favorite card, the art card. I did a lot of work in shamanism, right? I still do a good deal of work in shamanism. We might consider those just methods. We also might just consider these tools. Maybe that's a better word. Maybe you guys know I'm from Hollywood, and my father's in the movie business, so I think of props as being quite essential because it was the bread and butter on my table. But please do not misunderstand this. It makes no difference how you speak the truth. It makes no difference how you get to spirit and have that conversation. I think this is extremely important now, and it's important to talk about. There are so many methods that you can get to spirit. I have for a long time kind of hesitated with any kind of Christian work because it's always left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't really like most churches. I know people who have been incredibly harmed by churches. They are very repressive to anybody who is not heterosexual most of the time. They're very repressive for women most of the time. Again, this doesn't mean all churches are bad. There's some great spiritual churches out there. But as I hesitate with this material and as I encounter it, I do want to make out that, I'm getting some heavy Jesus information right now, and I really can't resist its beautiful stuff. That Jesus includes Mary, it includes anyone who connects with love, and if you read books like Dolores Cannon's book on him, you realize that none of the stuff in the Bible, very little of it is actually accurate. It really is also clear that it's all about women. Jesus said women were much better at this work than others. It is from the point of view of some disciples who were women. They just got written out of the Bible. I don't care if you come to spirit with, Ganesh, which I have done, shamanism, earth, religions, I think are absolutely essential now. Remember, these modalities, they're supposed to teach us something. It shouldn't be, in my opinion, just only one way, and that's just my opinion. It's all there to teach us something, and you can get to spirit in any way that suits you, as long as it doesn't harm another. So I hope I made that really, really clear. And I want to let everybody know how much respect I have for all of the people who do use other methods and other tools, if you will. I have been greatly served by such people and by the community out there that's doing work in those methods. All right, so beyond that, I do want to check into this hearing. A lot of information is coming through that's extremely damning to the former guy. It's really, really, really good stuff, and I'm quite optimistic that the truth is going to come out. But I'd like to know more about that process here, right? And I get right away. What's this? Ratzinger? I always forget his name. I'm not particularly fond of this character, but he is on the investigation body that is investigating Trump. You got to give him some credit for that, along with Liz Cheney. I always see those two, and it's gotta say very interesting. We didn't really have much hope for Liz, but I see her as being a very formidable force. I think it is interesting again that a woman is is leading the charge against Trump. It's Republican woman. Hey, again, we cannot be prejudiced. So let's see. What are you gonna do, Liz? She is so mad. Huh. Right. Finally, Liz, you finally got the righteousness of, Black Lives Matter and Antifa. She looks that committed and singular. The problem we all have with government is that it's no longer, we see a lot of people who have no ideals really. It's just a manipulation, a job. They'll say whatever they say to get the votes. They don't believe any of the things. But whatever we might say about politicians, it looks, at least in this vision, Liz Cheney truly believes in finding out the truth in this particular situation. Again, so ironic since I don't feel like she was ever there before, but we'll take it. And I also have to say that I do believe, as I'm seeing her, I was seeing Liz with, kind of shamanic materials in her hand. She looks like maybe she's really personally changing, right? I wonder if she is changing some of her values now that she's on the other side of it. It has a feeling of transformation as well as, being really compelled by righteous anger. Again, let me say, I don't believe in a single policy that she believes in. I don't believe in any points of view that she has. But in this one way, I think that she's going to do the right thing, along with the Ratzinger guy. What do you guys will? You tell me, what are you going to do? Subpoenas, that's what's going to happen next. And I'm like, I'm kind of wondering, are you ever going to subpoena the people that should be subpoenaed, like Jim Jordan? I'd really like to see him get subpoenaed and be on the other side of the questioning for once. And I'm getting a big yeah. She's going to subpoena him. They're going to subpoena William Barr. They're going to subpoena everyone. They're not going to back off one bit on this one. So again, I feel like they're very committed. Every single time Trump is ready to escape. I've been saying this for a long time. I could be totally wrong. Maybe it's symbolic, but I always see Trump getting on the plane and taking off, leaving. I still believe there's a good chance that he will do that. Okay, I'm seeing a very particular plane. Now it gets stopped at some point. But let's find out what else is there to know about the former guy. Yeah, now it might not seem this way, but he is the former guy is suffering. He is very worried about what's going to happen. He's very, very concerned. He actually believes that this is it. He thinks that he finally got caught. He's looking at his kids, wondering which one's going to turn on him first. He's wondering if he should turn on one of his kids. There's just every way and shape. This is, extremely bad. Trump Jr. is in a lot of trouble. I think that he is a linchpin for some of this investigation. That he is, in a way, the weakest link, the most likely to turn in his dad. And his father knows it. So it's kind of a cycle. So Junior knows what Dad's going to do, and Dad's thinking about what Junior's going to do. And so they're like psyching each other out right now, like a pair of predators. Just be glad you don't live in that family. Whatever horrible things they do, if anybody ever loved you, you're doing better than these two. So, But there is karma here. So what else is going to happen? I'm seeing several Lewandowski, several political leaders testifying. This seems to have more importance than just the justice aspect of it. People are watching slowly as we learn more and more details as they are revealed. This isn't just important. Maybe it won't change the next election that much, although I do believe it will change it a bit. I think that Dems will win, but the other thing is just the long term. Think of the children today who will be watching this on TV and talking about it for the next 40 years. Think of the young adults who watched this. All of those people for history, they will, it's not just a few votes now, it's the votes for the next 50 years, because it is very shocking. I believe that we haven't even gotten to the beginning of the truly shocking nature of what went on. We know it, but we don't know everything. We do not know the details. There are people who are going to come forward and tell us the most incredible things that we've ever heard. I believe some of it has to do with the former guy's a sexual predator. There seems to be a couple of women, young women, standing up and saying the truth about this. You notice we haven't heard a thing about Epstein's victims. We have not heard a thing about the women who have made accusations about not only Epstein but Trump. We have not heard one word about any of these people. You're kind of wondering, what's going on. They're just building these cases. These people will get a voice, but they're building these cases and they must be built slowly. Again, understand, we want the satisfaction of the truth. We want those women to get some justice. Unfortunately, or this is just the nature of how it works. It's important to be very, very sure you have all of the information, that nothing is going to surprise you, that everything is lined up. It's also important that these cases go in a particular order, right? If you put them out of order, one guilty verdict will help you with the next and the next. These things have to go in an order. Trust in Merrick Garland. He's not a fool. He knows what he's doing. And these things are timed appropriately. It will also be important because some of them will occur just before elections. That's not his intention, but that is how it's going to play out. Republicans will be completely on the defensive in this. Yeah. And again, as you move forward with your life, it's helpful if you trust the system a little bit. You obviously shouldn't trust it totally, but it's helpful because if you trust it, that's just going to reduce your stress levels. It's very stressful to look at the denial that's going on. Very, very stressful. Do yourself a favor and try to watch positive as well as the negative. If you can find some comedy, that's going to be very important for you to navigate this. And it's also going to be really interesting to watch how it happens. Again, on the positive, you're at a time where you are making history. You, the citizen of America, you, the citizen of the United States, you, the citizen of the world, are watching history unfold. One of the most important things that you need to know is, what does that mean for you? How have you been affected? How have you changed? Do not assume that because you're not a powerful politician that somehow your life isn't important. One of the messages I'm getting is we're all doing a lot of work. Sometimes we're out there in space doing work while we're sleeping. Sometimes we're just walking down the street, and the energy that we are, the love that we share, it filters through the environment to other people. If you can notice, if you start smiling at people, they smile back. Remember this, it's very important. And now is a good time in a sense that justice is being delivered. We are being heard. The democracy has been saved. And that's thanks to all of us. Thanks for watching.